use this right here. So we got our song and we got our scripture. The energy just, somebody about to receive some news. Somebody lost a contract here. Something about a contract and trying to renew a spark with a lot of people being involved in it. Somebody is in some sort of deceptive energy that could have been lying about something. It's a twin flame union that's going on. This could be your twin flame energy, something going on. Somebody could have lied about some news. I don't know what that energy was. But Spirit led me somewhere else. I don't know what the who energy that was, but Spirit led me somewhere else. So let me get some music going for us all.
Tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases. People are slipping away. Economy's down. People don't get enough pay. But as for me, all I can say is thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Folks without homes are in the streets, and the drug habits, some say they just can't be. Mothers and lovers, no place seems to be safe.
Somebody's talking.
You've been my protection every step of the way. And I want to say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Hey, 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 covered me outdoors, no food and no clothes. All left alone without a friend or just another number with a tragic end. But you don't see fit to let none of these things be. And everything by your power, keep on, keep on keeping me. I wanna say thank you, Lord.
Hey, positive vibes only. God say, listen, ain't none of them things been in your life. Uh, let's thank you by Mary Mary. Hey, now we're gonna read our scripture. I just read from here. Then the Lord speaks to Job out of the storm. He said, Who is it? Who is this that obscures my plan? with words without knowledge. Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you should answer me. Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Somebody better keep up with the scripture. Let me tell you what I'm at. Job 38. We started at verse 1. Huh? Come on, somebody get there. But this is God speaking out of a whirlwind. See, the thing about Job's life was the storm. God was in the midst of the storm. You know, Job couldn't understand. I'm going suffering, God. What's going on? Beefing with his friends. Job is still looking for answers, God. I'm trying to find out what's going on, God. God still ain't answered Job. He just suffering. Wife done turned on, told him just listen, give up on God, give up on hope, give up on life. Job just sitting there just like, oh my God, my whole wife done turned on me. My friends ain't on here. Everybody done left me. Job done already lost the kids. So listen, he just suffering. He just suffering. A whole whirlwind of stuff going on of the suffering. Couldn't understand his suffering. He couldn't understand it. Then God finally come and speak. We're going to start with verse 5 because I read the first through 4. Who marked off in dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what was in footing set? Or who laid its cornerstone? While the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy. Who shut up the seas behind doors when it burst forth with the womb from the womb? When I made the clouds its garments and wrapped it in thick darkness. When I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place. When I said, this is far, you may come and no farther. Here is where your proud ways hatch. We can read all the way down, but I'm going to skip down to verse. It's the verse. I wrote it down. Hold on, y'all. 12. I'm supposed to be read down to verse 12. Okay. Where was I? Okay, I did read down to verse 12. Have you ever given order to the morning or shown the dawn its place? Then we're going to go down to verse 21. 19. That what in the way to the, it's a long, listen, if you got time to read the whole book, when the Lord is speaking to Job, I just want to point out a few pointers of what I was studying on. Everybody study different, everybody grasp things different. But listen, 19. What is the way to the abode of light, and where does darkness reside? Can you take them to their places? Do you know the path to their dwellings? Surely you know, for you were already born. You have lived so many years. Have you entered the storehouses of the snow, of seen the storehouses of the hall, which I preserve for time of trouble, for days of war and battle? What is the way to the place where the lightning is dispensed, or the place where the east winds are scattered over the earth? Who cuts a channel for the torments of rain and a path for the thunderstorms, to water a wasteland where no one lives, or uninhabited desert, to satisfy the isolated wasteland and make it sprout with grass? Does the rain have a father? Whose fathers the drops of dew? I like that verse. That part is like, who fathers those drops of dew? Does the rain have a father? Who put those drops? Listen, that's what God is asking, It's what God's telling Job. From those wombs comes the ice. Who gives birth to the frost from the heavens? When the waters become hard as stone, when the surface of the deep is frozen. We can read all the way down and just hear how God is asking Job, like speaking to Job, like, do you not know I formed this earth? Huh? Job sitting over there, don't listen. See, Job in a battle. And this part of everything that happened, far as the children, Job done lost his children. All the children just got cut off, and they was being taken out one by one, huh? And then here come the wife, just you just need to give up on God. Now, they believe in God. This is somebody who believe in Jesus Christ telling them you need to give up on God because there's no hope for your life. And then the friends coming for him, like, you just, you pitiful. You doing this, you doing that. But all along, Job is trying to understand the suffering that he have engulfed himself in. He asking God to reveal why this is going on. God ain't answering. God ain't studying him, just looking at him. Because God is in the midst of the storm, in the suffering. Then here come the family and the friends and the wife and the children, everybody trying to get God to reveal how Job is wrong and how he's the persecution, he's the oppression, he's the reason for his suffering. So it's a battle. That's what God is talking about, the battle in the war. But it's a big whirlwind, and then God come and speak. Oh yeah, God came and speak. God came and spoke on a certain situation. I wrote down here where I got here that out of the whirlwind, God speaks to Job. He didn't answer any of Job's questions. Instead, God used Job's ignorance of the earth's natural order to reveal his ignorance of God's moral order. So God used the natural foundation of how the world was formed to cause a whirlwind of ignorance, just a whirlwind of ignorance on the earth. Ignorance among people, this ignorance in the midst of a whole whirlwind. I can't explain it better. I'm sorry. I wish I had went to school. I'd be a much better off person if I could just go back to school. Huh? Listen. So God, he changed things into a moral order. So y'all had an earthly order that y'all was confining and doing some things. Everybody had their earthly order. The way they want to do things on the earth order. But see, God was like, ain't no morals in it. Ain't no morals. Y'all earthly done created something with no morals behind it. Oh wow. He looking at Job like you just don't see me, but you pitiful too, right along with all your pitiful friends that have turned against you, and you just pitiful. Oh, you should have been divorced, that pagan wife. Look how she turned on you in the midst of your suffering. God is getting Job to see these things. Huh? This is God talking to Job. And so listen, let's go down. If Job did not understand the workings of God in physical creation, how could he possibly understand God's mind and character? So again, this piggybacks on when somebody asked me about, are they walking in their purpose? Are they connected to the divine and stuff like that? Those are questions you have to ask yourself. We know when we connected to the divine or not. Or we should know. But sometimes God calls us to suffer much like Job. And we don't know when God's hands show up. We don't know. We just sitting around in the whole whirlwind with that God done orchestrated. God done orchestrated the whole earthly whirlwind to its effect that everything causes a big old whirlwind just so God's morals and God can show his hand. Like it doesn't matter how human try to free will create something. When God stirs his hand in the mix, he created this foundation. He formed the world. Huh? You can't understand God unless you listen. I don't understand God. I just try to draw nearer to him. You see, because you'll never understand how he work. never understand how a person. You'll never understand God's work, and you can try, but get closer to Him, and you will and you will be able to accept His work. That's where I want to go, because listen, you may not understand His work, but when you get closer to Him, you can just accept that I accept God's work. I accept it for what it is, So somebody need to get in acceptance mode here. Let's see. There are no standards or criteria higher than God's Himself by which to judge. So that's basically saying, listen, despite all the arguments and all the reasonings and all the mental capacity to overthrow what God is doing, can't nobody but God judge you. In the end. Oh yeah, God is the standard. Our options is to submit to the authority and rest in His care. Understanding God is way beyond what we can really grasp. Job didn't understand it. He didn't even understand all his friends that he done grew up with, childhood, family, everybody turning on him. Kids getting taken out one. He didn't understand it. But it was God orchestrating this whirlwind in his life so he can eventually see God's hand show up for him. Huh? All these people done turned on Job, turned their back on him. God orchestrated that whirlwind when He spoke to him. Listen, you can just imagine how Job could have felt. I just regret dealing with all y'all. I don't know. This infliction of this disease that happened on this person's life, and everybody just turned on Job, just make him feel some type of way. Here comes Mr. Monopoly Man. Now we can read down in the text and find out what eventually happened to Job, because we all know Job came out with a lot of hope. God's hand was in his situation, but there's a situation where he could have felt like, I just gotta forgive him, but I regret dealing with him. Somebody could regret dealing with somebody here. Here come Mr. Monopoly Man here. When I see this card, I know who here. Oh, I got an energy of who here. This is somebody who likes to buy property. I want that, I want that, I want that. I don't care, I just want it. I don't know price. What? Price? I want that, and that. I just want it. I don't know. I just want to buy up all the property around me. I want it all. I want all that and all this. I want everything over there. That belong to me. That belong to me too. That's my property over there. See, this is Mr. Monopoly and running around buying up all the property. You regret dealing with somebody here. Listen, this is your year. Roses will always have thorns. Now, what beautiful rose don't have a thorn? Huh? But with care, gentle care, you can avoid the thorns. Oh, yes, you can. You can avoid thorns with gentle care. This is your year to avoid those thorns. Somebody you regret dealing with here. What is this energy? Somebody got caught in a pickle. Somebody got caught in a pickle. Blowing things out of proportion. Somebody got caught in a pickle blowing things out of proportion. Somebody done blew something out of proportion because they was out here making it rain for the strippers. Spirit said, don't worry, be happy. You happy they blew something out of proportion. The player. Here come the player. Now we got Mr. Monopoly Man here, then we got the player. Somebody want to have drinks. That's the player trying to take you for drinks. Somebody trying to listen, making room for new. Somebody making a whole nother room for something new here. Yeah, I gotta tear that wall down and build another wall. I need I need a new room. I need a new room. Somebody like their own room. Can you knock that wall down? I got to make her another room. She ain't gonna be happy unless she got her a room. Put her in the room over there. Knock these walls down. She need her own room. Somebody mad because they can't be you. Listen, somebody mad. Listen, everybody ain't gonna be happy for you now. Everybody ain't gonna be happy for you. Everybody ain't gonna be happy for your miracle. You in miracle energy. Huh? You in miracle energy, baby. Listen, somebody mad about your miracle. Somebody big mad about your miracle. Because they was blowing things out of proportion here. But Spirit said a man should not be, it's time to check the facts. It's some fact checking that has to go on here. Somebody got to check some facts out. Somebody got the facts. It's somebody checking with the facts. That's what a miracle happened at, with the facts. Yeah, somebody could have blown. Okay. You regret dealing with somebody you could have got caught in a pickle. Trying to be a player. Hey. And then somebody said blew something out of proportion. They was mad. They was saying you was scripting and making it rain for scrippers. And they said call somebody a scripper. Say they was out here scripting, and they was just blowing stuff out of proportion. But here come a miracle because somebody done got with the facts out here. That was Spirit that said somebody done checked the facts. Spirit said this situation deserves a drink and a laugh. Somebody want to have drinks and they want to laugh at this situation. Listen, somebody laughing at the whole situation like, man, this is crazy. I know I've been laughing, but I've been pissed too. It's like, really? Y'all really got some foolishness going on in y'all energy. They go that animosity. It's somebody mad and they got animosity. Yeah, somebody mad they got animosity for no reason. Hello, world. What Spirit is saying, they mad and they got animosity, strong hostility. They been blowing something out of proportion, but you regret dealing with them. You regret dealing with them. You could regret dealing with this Mr. Monopoly man too. Yeah, it's time to check the facts. Because somebody said you was out here stripping. You did a no call, no show on them. Hello, world. Hello, world. Somebody did a no call, no show. You do a no call, no show, you ain't showing up. You ain't showing up. I ain't going. I ain't showing up. No call, no show. Listen, I ain't got to show up to nothing. Free will. I ain't got to show up. I ain't got to call either. I ain't showing up or call. That's the energy. So let's get some outcome advice. And we're going to close the readout. Oh, somebody has fears. I don't know what you're fearing. There's a lot of fears in this. You could be fearing change. There's some limitations that you shouldn't cross, or there are some things that are limited in your life, and you have a lot of fears around this. Somebody is like a ghost is calling you to do some things and you're fearing what's next. It's a divine female. A feminine energy could have fears about you, about your home, have fears. Somebody got fear at home. Somebody fear your home. Fear your commitment. Fear that somebody has some limitations. You can't cross a divine feminine who's committed to their home. This is what I'm getting. You should have fears about crossing the divine feminine who's committed to their home. Somebody is committed to their home life. And you should have fears when you cross that line and cross somebody's children. You need to be in fear. Somebody gonna have a whole lot of fears here. Somebody is a whole lot of fear. This is a divine feminine. This is family, home, and commitment. This is somebody who got a family, home, commitment, but somebody's fearing their limitations here. Somebody done blew some out of proportion. Now they in fear. God don't operate out of fear. That's why I'm trying to get you to understand that when God is in it, ain't no fear. Ain't nobody scared. That's why I ain't scared. God don't put no fear in my heart. I mean, I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say, can't nobody put no fear in my heart but God. It's like, I'm not scared of you. I'm just trying to understand what fear that's supposed to come on me. But when you fear God, and God is telling you to do some things, God will put this certain fear in you. Like, just say if you're doing something wrong, you'll get scared to do it in that moment. Like, you know what? I'm scared. So that ain't of God. So you know that's not God. So when fear is involved, that's a demonic spirit. That's just all I can say. Is God is not the author of fear. Like he don't operate out of fear. God don't operate out of fear. So if it's something fearful, then that's not God. Period. I don't care if you fear something, that ain't God. That's all I can say about that energy because it's kind of like somebody's just that divine feminine is fearing something here. You got a lot of difficult choices to make. You're trying to make some difficult choices. Yeah, with this live-in situation, somebody listen. Somebody been shacking. Somebody making difficult choices because they been shacking and watching from a distance. Watching your home from a distance. Trying to see who you shacking with or see that you shacking. A lover of rain who finds joy and peace in mind during rainy days. So, listen, somebody is a publicizer. You like rainy days. You just be at peace when it rains. You be chilling. But there is somebody, that's why you got so much fear in your situation because you in this shacking situation. You know, God, that ain't nothing about your situation of God. So, I mean, I'm not judging. But somebody could have been blowing things out of proportion. They done got caught in the pickle. Now they in fear of this divine feminine in their home life. Somebody making difficult choices here. A difficult choice to be made. And they watching somebody from a distance. Somebody big mad with a lot of animosity. Somebody want to go have drinks. Somebody want to go have drinks and laugh about this situation or laugh about something. It's like, I got so much to laugh about. You don't understand. We need to laugh about this. It's going to be so funny when I tell you. We need to have drinks while we laugh about it. Like, somebody ready to have drinks and just bust out the laughing. You know, just pee on themselves laughing. When I was pregnant. Boy, my husband used to make me laugh so hard, baby, I couldn't even make it to the bathroom. And he used to wait good till I'm drinking some more. I'm far away from the bathroom. Here I go going down the hallway, peeing and laughing. It used to be so funny, baby. The baby on my stomach, I'm like this. But I can't stop the pee because the baby on my bladder. But, baby, I'm telling you, your sister got to piss all over herself many times. Laughing. So I feel like somebody gonna be peeing on themselves and laughing. Boy, you gonna be pissing on yourself laughing so hard. That good bit of energy. Look at y'all about. That was Spirit is saying. Somebody's in fear though. New beginnings. And in any given situation, you matter. It doesn't matter what other people say. Having faith and believing yourself first. You matter. In any given situation. So the spring equinox brought in new beginnings for you to celebrate a fresh start, growth, and fertilities. So stagnations and illusions are leaving your life. The stagnation part period of your life is sheltering away. There was a place where, just like Job, God had you suffering. You didn't understand why you was going through so much suffering. Why you it was God had you, God was in the midst of your storm, in the midst of your suffering. But I feel like this is finna be a major shift. With this spring equinox energy, you about to have a major shift in your, I told you, a major shift. She mad, but she magical. Somebody is a mad black woman, possibly. You could be a mad white woman. I don't know. She is mad, but she magical. She magic. You use your magical to create your desired outcome. You the master of your own destiny. You know, if somebody trying to put black magic on you, you gonna use that magic to create the desired world that you want. Create what you want out of life. Hold on, you can't throw that black magic on me. I'm gonna use that to create my world, to create something that's beneficial to me. Yeah, so that's what somebody done did here. And here come a miracle. And here come a miracle. That's what God done did. Because God was in the midst of the whirlwind. Then he finally spoke to Job. And just be mindful that this one thing I paid attention to is that Job was in this adversity against the friends, the wife, possibly family members. It just tells me that when God spoke, he only spoke to Job. Yeah, it say like he didn't say he spoke to the friend, he didn't say he said nothing to the wife. Said God spoke to Job. God finally speak. So listen, that's the energy. Okay. So listen, you guys, peace, love, and light.